Ladies and gentlemen, today I will be talking about the process of mitosis and the cell cycle and how this all relates to cancer and growth. As you can see here in the background, I have a poster of the cell cycle, and it specifically points out the process of mitosis, as that is what we're mostly discussing. There are 5 phases to mitosis: the prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and the telophase. However, for the entire M phase, there's a 6th phase, which is cytokinesis. Mitosis is the nuclear division of a cell, and it produces 2 identical daughter cells. Let's see. Mitosis is essential to our survival, as it allows our body to grow. It is mitosis that makes it possible for new skin tissue, bone tissue, and muscle tissue to be made, and its only source of material is our other cells. So, mitosis starts out with the prophase, and it starts by duplicating these chromosomes right here. In this, you can see that there are centrosomes, which are in the center, which are important to the cell replication, and you can see this kind of mitotic spindle begin to form. So starting this phase, there's 46 chromosomes and 92 chromatids, and the centromere is what holds us all together. So during this phase, the chromosomal material condenses to form this compact mitotic chromosome. The cytoskeleton is disassembled, and the mitotic spindle is assembled, as right there. The nuclear envelope surrounding these chromosomes is kind of dispersed, as you can kind of see it right there, and allows these chromosomes to be free. So next, the cell will move on, and it'll start the prometaphase. In the prometaphase, you can see that the chromosomes and centrosomes are kind of spread out, and the nuclear envelope will begin to shatter. And what happens is these microtubules will basically connect to these chromosomes and chromatids and start to create this kind of nuclear giant spindle that we're going to see in the next one. So after all that happens, it moves on to the metaphase, where these duplicate chromosomes align along this equator that's known as the cell plate, and it forms the giant mitotic spindle, in which we see here. And what happens is that these chromosomes are basically at the edge of the poles, and they kind of pull these to create the spindle shape. The metaphase moves on into the anaphase, and the anaphase starts to pull these chromosomes apart, and the centrosomes have so much pull that it will break them apart and basically create these separate chromatids along the center. Finally, the anaphase moves into the telophase, where the poles will completely pull them apart and start to create their own cells, and you can see kind of a nuclear envelope basically beginning to form here, as we saw in the first one. However, we're not actually done, because although you can see this is the end of mitosis, it's not the end of the M phase, which still includes cytokinesis. And cytokinesis is where the cell will actually split into 2, creating 2 identical daughter cells. And it has this sort of cleavage furrow right here, and thus that's the final step in breaking it. So now, how does this all pertain to cancer? Well, what happens is cancer is the reproduction of abnormal cells, and this is the reproduction of regular cells. So you can kind of start seeing the similarities here. So without the process of mitosis, there would be no cancer. Cancerous cells ignore and override some of these central measures in this type of cell division. Because of this, unlike normal cells, where you will always have the result of 2, and basically the reproduction is limited, the cancerous cells will continue to reproduce indefinitely as long as they have a source of food and water, which they get from us. Cancer cells also have an unusual appearance and behavior. This type of cell is more likely to break away and kind of roam around to other locations of the body. That is why we have to stop cancer spread. So, overall, mitosis is essential to our body's growth and well-being, and we could not live without it. However, cancer occurs because mitosis does, and cancer takes over these cells and produces mass amounts of cancer cells, which then spread throughout our bodies. I hope this helped everyone understand the topic better, and have a great day.